Hi, this is Tanya. This is Tea Talks 93. A few years ago, had young children and I would stay home with them part of the time. So when I had breaks, then I would maybe watch some television. And sometimes in the mornings or daytime, there wouldn't be anything that I necessarily liked. So I ended up watching TLC's Sister Wives. A few episodes I got into, and then after that, I just didn't want to watch it anymore because I got, you know, very involved in the fact that he has three wives and it's not fair, and so I didn't want to watch it anymore. But a few years later, here comes COVID, here's a pandemic, and I got back into watching it again, and I have now watched all episodes up through season 18 and all the reviews and things like that. And so I'm all caught up and I am out of episodes. So, what did I do next? I remembered that there was a girl back on the episode where they had the panel where they were debating whether polygamy was okay and fair to the women, and whether it brought abuse and financial abuse of the government and different things like that. And there was a girl, and her name was Colleen Snow. So I was fascinated and wanted to know more about her story because she talked about where her father would abuse her, and she escaped out of there to get away from this abusive system. So, Sister Wives was where I started, and then Colleen was on the panel. She was here giving her opinion. She was a teenager at the time, and I think even she and a couple of the Brown's kids, I'm pretty sure Logan, what was it, Logan? I think it was Logan and one of the other children went and helped um, refurbish or paint or something some of the places where the polygamy escapees would go for help, and they would talk about, like, why do you think your family's so good, and are they really that good, and they got to the point where they're like, yeah, it seems like the Browns are not as abusive, and they let you make your own decisions and things like that. So then after I found Colleen Snow and I was looking up to find what else she has been on, I found that she was on this show here, and this is Escaping Polygamy. It was on A&E. It ran for 4 seasons. There were 3 main characters who were sisters, and actually they were her half sisters, I believe. And they would, oh, one of them was her full sister, and then the other 2 were her half sisters. They had the same dad and different moms, and I believe that dad had like 14 wives. And these girls, one was the 6th wife's the mother was the 6th wife, and the other one was the 7th wife. But I watched this, and it showed the different AUB, which is where this Sister Wives comes from. And then it showed the one that these girls escaped from, and that's the Kingston clan. And then it also had some of the FLDS, so that's the Warren Jeffs group. And as we know, like, Warren Jeffs was arrested a few years ago in Texas because he was marrying and molesting, basically, these really young girls down to like 12 years old, or that's what we know of, right? That's what could be proven. So he ended up having like 200 years sentence, so he'll never get out of prison. And then he's still like giving, he's their prophet, so he's still giving commands basically to the group to follow. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. But so after watching Escaping Polygamy and watching them help get people out of these bad abusive situations, then I saw that there was this girl here who was in this group occasionally helping people to escape, and she actually got married on the show, and her name is Amanda Ray. So then I couldn't find anything more about Colleen Snow after this, so I looked up Amanda Ray, and I found on YouTube actually that she was in the Kingston clan also, and she has a YouTube channel, and she talks about what her incestuous clan is all about, where their families actually, some of the husbands would marry their half sisters, cousins. She actually was supposed to marry her cousin, but she escaped before she was made to do that. So I watch her all the time and talk to her on her YouTube channel. So she's got a lot of information if you want more about that. In her group, actually, there was, so these girls here, their dad actually got arrested for almost killing his, I think she was 15-year-old daughter. The 15-year-old daughter he was marrying to his brother, so that would be her uncle. So she was trying to get away from her uncle. Her dad came and got her and took her out in the middle of nowhere and just beat her almost to death. And she was able to somehow escape over to like a gas station and get away. And then the dad got like a couple years in prison for like the assault and you know, just really hurting this girl. And then the uncle, I guess they had already gotten married. So, well, I say married, it's spiritual marriages, right? It can't be legal because you can't marry anything closer than like your second cousin or something like that. But they got spiritual married. I believe that, you know, they had consummated, and so that her uncle actually got like 15 years in prison for molestation. And so then that led me to, so we have Amanda, and then we have Amanda went on this channel called Growing Up in Polygamy. And this couple here, this is Sam and Melissa, and Sam is actually from the FLDS, and his dad was a mayor, I believe, in one of the towns that belong to the FLDS group. So he actually says that he grew up in a pretty healthy environment. He had all of his family actually lived all together in one big home, and he, you know, was very respectful to the other wives, and he just talked about having a happy childhood. But with Warren being in prison and Warren's not able to have fun or you know, be with his wives or do all these things that he would like to do, it's almost like he's punishing his followers by telling them they can't do fun things. He actually took toys away from the kids. So the kids, they need to be working for the FLDS or for the group instead of having fun and playing. They need to learn how to take care of other people and do chores and build homes and stuff like that instead of playing. So that was kind of messed up, I thought. But anyway, Sam, I guess he figured out that if he stayed in that system, that he would not be able to get married and have children and have a life. But he wanted to go out into the world and see what it was like. And he actually had said that he had every intention on going back into the FLDS group. Because again, he didn't know about all these abusive situations and things that were going on, you know, in secret. So he didn't want to get separated from his family. But once he got out, he started realizing that this group is not good. Warren Jeffs is in prison. They even told him that you know, the Lord is going to deliver Warren Jeffs out of prison, so he'll be back to, you know, take care of us and give us guidance and that kind of thing. And then when he got out, when Sam got out of there, he figured out that that was not true. So he actually ended up joining the LDS group, where he met his wife. They got married and they have kids, and then as time went on, they started listening and seeing that there were some not quite kosher things going on in their opinion, and I do believe that they no longer belong to the LDS group. But as you can see, Amanda Ray is here also, so that's what led me to watch them. And then I believe these two and Amanda Ray have been on this show. This show is called Cults to Consciousness, and they talk about all the different groups. She brings on members from the FLDS, members from the AUB, members from the Kingston Clan, the Little Baron group, the LDS, Amish people, Scientology, I believe, just different groups where things could be seen as cultish and she talks about what makes them cultish and why it's concerning, and all these groups offer help. You know, if somebody is watching from those cultish type groups, how to get out of that situation. So they give that information out too. This here is Val Snow. So Val Snow is the brother of the girls that were in Escaping Polygamy, and he is Amanda Ray's cousin. So he, as it says here, has 163 siblings. 163 siblings. I had 3 siblings growing up, and then I had some step siblings growing up, and I felt like that was a lot of kids. And I remember we had, they call them the polygamy vans, but my dad had a polygamy van which carried how many of us kids? So there was 3 and us 2, 5, 6 kids in it, and I felt like it was pretty packed. So I can't imagine if you have 10 kids, because a lot of these, especially the Kingston clan, has like 10 kids or more apiece. The AUB is like 5 or 6 kids. The FLDS, I mean, if you've got several wives, you're going to have like 30. I believe Sam said he has like 30 something siblings from the FLDS. So, and then he's got 14 mothers. So his dad has 14 wives is what it is. I guess some of the mothers were nicer and would like babysit them and help them out, and some of them were meaner and were kind of abusive and kind of cruel to them. So these are all good shows and YouTubes to look up and watch, and I would recommend them. It's very fascinating, and like I said, it's just the next state over. It's just a few hours away. It's crazy to me that this is in the United States, right? The next one I have is Eskel Grant. So Eskel Grant has his own show, or his own YouTube channel, I should say, and he is Amanda Ray's brother, and so the other Kingston clan, he would be their cousins. So he has his own show, and he reviews Escaping Polygamy, and he reviews some other things. This one is Daughters of the Cult, is about this group, which is the LeBaron group. And the LeBaron group, like years ago, had split off from one of the, I can't remember which, I say cult, but whichever fundamentalist LDS group somewhere around Salt Lake City. I believe that one of the founders killed his brother, and then they escaped to Mexico. So this group was based in Mexico, and they believe in like blood atonement. So where if you go against their teachings, then they have the right to come in and off you, basically. So these are the daughters of that group, of the leader, and that was on ABC News, actually. And I think they also have like the LeBaron group on Hulu. I don't remember what it's called, but it should probably be a very interesting watch. So that might be something that I will be doing soon. But yeah, it's only a few hours away from me. Cody Brown and his family, well, what's left of his family, is just a couple hours away from me. And I'm right in the middle of it. It is so peculiar. And you wonder, you know, how these people are successful in continuing with polygamy. And I guess it's because legally they're not married, except for maybe to the first, they call the first wife or the legal wife. Sister wives happen to be like the first wife was married to him legally. She eventually divorced him so that the fourth wife could marry him. And so now the fourth wife is the only wife now, and she is the legal wife. So supposedly they did that for the kids, but who knows. But the Kingston group is the one that really fascinates me, and that's why I watch everything that Amanda and Eskel and Val put out, because that I just don't understand how, you know, they have children that are their own brother or sister, basically, because they are marrying their half brother or sister. it's so bizarre. They have a school there right off in Salt Lake City. They have stores, they have businesses, they have construction businesses, different things that they make a lot of money. And I believe I looked, and their estimated net worth was like $1.5 billion or something like that, which, that's a lot of money, but considering the LDLS itself, I believe has like over $100 billion that at their disposal to make improvements and use. So it makes you wonder what kind of help they're giving their communities, and are they using it for themselves, that kind of thing. So yeah, if you want something to watch, check them out. Let me know what you think. Thank you.